Hey there. I've been looking for the right pick for a long time, and I basically boiled it down to my three favorites. I'm going to show you those real quick. Each one does a different thing for me. This is, the famous Dunlop Jazz 3, very small. Just the tip comes out, very fast pick. But I noticed that, between switching back and forth of strumming and then having to pick into a looped section of strum, I was switching picks a lot. The standard has been like, a Fender heavy and played with that forever. But I just wasn't getting the speed that I was getting with this Dunlop 3. Now my favorite sounding pick is this giant, I don't even know what the size of, this very thick, rounded Dunlop. Just got a really nice warm tone to it. Again, because it doesn't have that sharp point, sometimes getting some of your faster licks kind of smushes out. So I looked at the blue chip picks that everybody's raving about. I think they're like $35-40, but there's also like a 6-month wait. I'm not waiting 6 months, but I did late night find this little guy on Etsy from a guy out of Texas, ironageaccessories.com. Instagram is iron_age_guitar, and on Facebook at ironageguitar. And it was interesting to me because it is a thick pick, but it does have these 3 different edges. So, it's a bit pricey too. It's $25, but it's made out of Ultem, which is a really nice kind of space age material. Very smooth bevels. You can tell that they didn't just stamp it. They worked it, and put some care behind it. You can see where it's polished. So my goal with that pick was try to replace these 3 picks that I'm constantly grabbing for, just by being able to rotate this in my hand. So I'm going to show you some basic sound comparisons. I'm comparing this bottom edge with the bottom edge of this Fender Heavy. So more of a strum. It's got more bite. That's just a little more brightness. I think that's the material and the thickness. We'll go back to this guy. A little more slap, a little more brightness. Now we're going to go into some single line stuff with this Jazz 3. I'm going to use this kind of like sharp tooth edge. Let me flip it around once. Now, you're not going to maybe hear huge differences, who can tell, over YouTube, but there's the round one. Let's try the rounded edge here. Now, they're not exact, but I can hear similarities, and more importantly, I can feel the similarities between the pick. And it's kind of cool that I can get 3 different sounds and 3 different feels just by rotating this in my hand. I notice that there is 2 ways you can play this scooping edge, or you could play it this way. I haven't quite figured out, this is the same, and I haven't really quite figured out which one I prefer on that rounded edge. My point is like, even though the sound differences, might be minuscule, it's the feel. And if you're feeling good about what you're playing, then you're playing better. You get no feedback loops. If you like your sound and you play better, and then you like that sound, you play better, and etc. Iron Age Guitar shipped it out pretty fast from an Etsy purchase in this little bag. That's included 4 like standard picks. I don't know what the material is. It's kind of nice. It's a little frosted. There's a sharp point. I haven't really tried these yet, but that was nice, an unexpected addition. Yeah, so I'll let you know how that works out over time. I think it's pretty neat. I'm terrified of losing it, but I don't really lose picks that often, so we should be good to go there. But yeah, check them out, Iron Age Guitars, IronAgeAccessories.com. Yeah, and you can look for Iron Age picks on Etsy. Cheers.